Hello. Let's talk about what codependency is and what it isn't. So, I was just reading in Melody Beatty's book. There's some fairy dust. We love it. About a woman whose perception of going to an Al-Anon meeting was, hadn't she done enough? Hasn't she helped enough already? Hasn't she bent over backwards to help her alcoholic husband? Why does she have to go to a fucking Al-Anon meeting to continue to help him or to be better for him, etc., etc., etc.? And so those thoughts that she was having are an example of a way people stay codependent. Because framing any kind of recovery in codependency as helping the other person is by definition cuckoo and codependent and just nutty. Because and if it's not any of those, it's a complete misunderstanding of what to recover from codependency is. Codependency, relationship addiction, is a kind of addiction. It is and to me, it is one of the most insidious, one of the most troubling, one of the most pervasive life stealers of all. Because the thoughts, they feel like you. They feel, and the codependency is inside your personality. The codependency is inside your thoughts. The codependency is, I did a post one time and that all children have Stockholm syndrome. And so you were entrained in childhood to take care of the adults and perhaps your other siblings. And so you don't know another way. And enablers, codependents, often frame what they do as heroic or helpful or needed or vital, or that has to happen or everything else would fall apart without them. And they enjoy their roles as codependents. And codependents enjoy the secondary gains of codependency. One of them being to throw all the shit that you do for other people in other people's faces, to being a martyr, to spewing guilt, to carrying resentments, to just being busy and distracted and checked out of your own life and checked into someone else's life. And I have found that healing from codependency is actually one of the hardest things to heal because it's so difficult to see it in yourself, and it's so difficult because you think that you're supposed to do it. Healing from codependency feels like a betrayal, and it feels like you're being mean, and it feels like you're being selfish. But even hearing those words, isn't that interesting? That to stop doing what the addicted person says is selfish or bad or a betrayal. Isn't that interesting? And what a great weapon that is. And what a great weapon that is, because then you'll never leave it. It really makes, the thing I'm avoiding saying and why I'm stammering is because it's like, because that's what the cult leader wants you to think. Because the cult leader wants you to believe that for you to disobey the unwritten rules of the dysfunctional relationship, that it was a betrayal and you're being very bad and very selfish to do it. And so what better way to keep you in line and in check and doing your dysfunctional part of the role. So healing from codependency is probably the bravest thing in the whole wide world, because it really feels like you're leaving a cult. I mean, and you actually have to be reprogrammed. This is very dramatic what I'm saying, but doesn't mean that it's not true. All right. So when you choose to heal from codependency, it must be your choice, because you have decided that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that you have decided that you want to be checked into your own life, that you have decided that you want to get better no matter what comes, what brings, what the future holds. Like, you don't give a fuck, that you're doing it anyway. And that this is the path that you're taking regardless, and you're committed to learning every single thing that you can. And that is the path. It is not about helping the other person. I mean, when one person gets better, the odds of other people getting better increases, but that cannot be why we're doing it. We have to do it for ourselves, for us to make any headway. So healing from your codependency isn't about anybody else. It's about you, and you're not doing it for anybody else. You have to do it for yourself. And it's probably the first time anybody's done anything for you, anything real, anything with no strings attached. So you can do this for yourself. You get to do this for yourself. It's your fucking turn. Love you so much. I am so excited to be on this healing journey from codependency and relationship addiction and all of its little categories. Love you. Bye, sweetheart.